Hey everybody, OGG here over at Go Green. How's it going? We got another deck tech for you today. But before we get to it, I got three questions for you. One, do you like flying creatures? Two, do you like a all creature deck? And three, do you still want to play a sideboard in best of one? If you answered yes to all these questions, then this deck is for you. It is, I call it Blue-White Flyers. Blue-White Flyers is working off of the idea that all the cards in the deck are flying. And just to kind of run it down, we have no one drops. We have two Temple of Enlightenment. Not a bad turn one play with no one drops. The free scry. And over here we have four Watcher of the Spheres. So Watcher of the Spheres, blue-white 2/2 flyer, obviously. All flying creatures cost one less, and whenever a creature with flying enters, he gets +1/+1 to end of turn. Not terrible. Really, really good for reducing the cost of some of our higher end flyers. I got two Skycat Sovereigns. He gets +1/+1 for each creature with flying, so he can be big. And I have used the 4-mana make a 1/1 cat bird before. But honestly, the cost reduction from Watcher of the Spheres seems more relevant. But I did put two of this guy in here. I got four Faya Wishes, which obviously is why we're playing a sideboard in best of one. Also a 1/4 flyer. Does all the things. For Hushbringer. Hushbringer really can do a number on a lot of different decks with that ability. Now, this ability does shut off Watcher of the Spheres gaining the +1/+1, but Hushbringer is still worth it here. So that's 14 2-drops. At 3-drop, we have 12 3-drops. We have 4 Archon of Ameria. Non-basic lands our opponents control enter tapped. It's funny how many people don't realize that the DFC lands, the dual-faced lands, are non-basic. So very, very strong. And then each player can't cast more than one spell each turn. This doesn't really hurt me. I find it really helps me. For lots of reasons. I got 4 Brazen Borrower. Obviously a great card. A bit of tempo. Another flyer. Jubilant Skybonder really does a number on green-red decks or red decks that want to target me. They can pay all the manas to target me if they really want to kill one of my 2/2s. Also, this guy only costing 2 mana after a Watcher of the Spheres is very good. At 4-drop, I have 4 4-drops, Archon of Absolution. Really, once again, people don't realize that they don't read this card. They're not used to playing against it. And the next thing you know, they are unable to deal with paying the 1-mana tax per attacking creature, especially a lot of decks that are trying to constantly cast spells and to swing out. So like Gruul Adventures, Mono Red, stuff like that. Even Rogue sometimes. The protection from white almost never comes up, but 2 of these guys is a real tax as well because it does stack. At 6-drop, 4 Dream Trawler, he wins games. this Sphinx is where it's at. And then I got 2 Ameria's Call. Obviously they're lands, but you resolve one late game, it's usually game over. And then here I got 20, 21, 22, 24. So I got access to 26 lands, so I'm not missing land drops. It does help me get to Ameria's Call if I want to cast the spell version. But yeah, that's the main deck. The sideboard is important in this deck because of how the deck is structured. And so I'll just go through it real quick. I have 1 Deafening Silence. I've never actually used. I literally just threw this together willy-nilly. So it's just cards, right? You can pick your own 15 cards that are not creatures, right? I tried to keep the mana cost low So like on a turn 6, I could fetch something with Fey Wishes, and then like hold up Essence Scatter, hold up Negate, Rune Halo is good depending on what they're playing and what they have out. Disenchant could be good. Dauntless Unity can win games. Light of Hope could be good. Basriket, I've never actually gone and gotten him. 9 lives, believe it or not, in testing, this has won me a game before. Jace, Mirror Mage, I've never gone and gotten that. Midnight Clock against Rogues, even though I've never gotten it. I've never needed to. With all the flyers, I can usually beat Rogues without it. Elspeth I've gotten a couple times just for recursion and just to keep working, grinding decks. Teferi is another good, like, if I need the game to go long. Sea God Scorn, because I don't know. It could win you the game. Probably not. I don't know. I don't know why it's in here. And Discontinuity, I think the spell's hilarious. I wish I was smart enough to figure out how to get this to work in standard for anything, but it's in there, just so I can say it's in there. But yeah, that's the whole deck. Blue-white flyers. Like I said, I call it flyers. It's a really, you would think it plays very, very slow, which it does, but it really just overwhelms with these little teeny minor effects. Can really stack up and overwhelm some opponents. So if you like the content, if you have any suggestions for future deck techs, please leave a comment. Give me a sub, even better, if you're into that kind of thing. And I really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. This is OGG. Out!